Live. In this episode, I want to demonstrate this experiment that I've been doing using Blender and ControlNet. ControlNet is an extension for Stable Diffusion's AI, which basically allowing you to connect Blender, sending like a commands into WebUI Stable Diffusions that I will talk about. I will show you the whole details in a bit. But basically, it's allowing you to have like a character rig inside Blender, and you just pose the character. So to keep it simple, you basically have a character rig inside Blender, and then you set up a camera. I will render it at 512 by 512 pixel just for now. And then I have this script from GitHub. I'll show you in a bit. And the script, what the script will do, will basically send the render. If I actually render this out right now, F12, so it will render this guy, okay, in the pose. And we gotta wait a few seconds because it's currently sending it to this guy. Oh, actually, I haven't run the script. I have to run this script one time, and then F12. And the script will try to talk to Stable Diffusion WebUI. Okay, now it's doing something in the background, and in about few seconds, we're gonna see a different result, like a processed version on this image right here. So okay, now we have this character, which is a ZUKKI. If you don't know ZUKKI, I'll explain in a bit. So yeah, so the AI take a look at this guy over here, and then we'll try to calculate the depth using what do they call it, like depth algorithm, and then use the depth to recreate this character. There is another method that I will show you in a bit, but let me try to explain. Okay, this script is called Blender ControlNet. Currently, it's just like a script. It's not an add-on, and the script is not very long. It's just like 240 something lines. And here, what I did, okay, first of all, I downloaded the script from here, from GitHub. This is by courgette. You just download the script, and the script is it's like demo.py, so it's a bpy script, and explain to you what it does. And with the script, you need to change the path. This path will actually point into a folder inside your computer. So in my case, it's this documents Blender ControlNet output. This is just my terminal running WebUI. So this is the output. Okay, I've done this a few times. In the past, actually, I made a mistake. So a couple of times I rendered this guy, but the output is actually like completely different. It's actually ZUKKI. It's I don't know, the output looks random, but basically it doesn't connect. But I figured it out that in order for Blender to connect to WebUI, which is this one over here, so yeah, we need to enable the ControlNet under the setting ControlNet. There is an options that you need to turn on. Allow other script to control these extensions. Okay, so I talk about this WebUI automatic 1111 in my previous video. So this one is running through the terminal. Okay, this WebUI has everything that's allowing you to generate AI imagery, right? So whether you use the text to image or image to image. This is an example using ZUKKI model, and I have this this rig over here, red Nelb, and from this render, I actually get this output, and this one is actually closer to the image. And this is just another method to do to do the same thing. Sometimes actually a little bit more accurate, because the one that we are doing using the script at the moment is only doing text to image. Okay, so it's using text, image, and the ControlNet depth, and the result is what we saw over here. So it's not very accurate. But if we take a look at the output over here, okay, this guy. Let's say I want to use this, so I will make this not full screen. I will show you if we use image to image. I will drag and drop this guy. Okay, it's a different pose, and also this is ControlNet. Oops, it's overlapping. Let's delete that. Okay, so we enable ControlNet. For pre-processor, we're gonna use depth, and then we're gonna be using this model div control. Okay, this model over here with the hash. This number is also important. And for the prompt and the negative prompt is I'm using the same prompt over here, which is kind of hard coded at the moment on the script. And I will just hit generate. So this is image to image, and normally you have original image. And then we're gonna do some magic over here. We're gonna use this image depth and then try to transfer into ZUKKI. So we have kind of blurry result at the moment. In a bit, we're gonna see the final result, which is pretty cool. So ZUKKI in the pose that resembles Nelb over here. All right, so let me try to explain. Okay, ZUKKI, this is a model that I'm using at the moment, ZUKKI style. I can use other different model, but this model seems to work pretty well. It gives you like an output that looks like a puppet somehow, like a claymation. So yeah, I tried this model, and then I drag and drop it into this Stable Diffusion UI. So what's happening is I have a lot of different model over here. All the models, sometimes some of them are really quite big, like this Del Cephal painting. ZUKKI one is a bit small, like 2 GB. But yeah, anyway, I'm using this model at the moment. If I change the model, I will get a different result. Let's say I'm using this Del Cephal painting model. It's gonna do the loading of the model. Okay, if I remove this ZUKKI style Del Cephal painting, I'll just write down Del Cephal painting of character model, whatever. I'm just gonna do another image to image with ControlNet extension already running, and hopefully in a few seconds we're gonna see a result. So I'm currently running this on using the M2 Pro machine. It's pretty good, it's pretty fast, and you can see this character starting to show up. Now we don't have ZUKKI anymore, so it's becoming like something else. Okay, it's completely different. Could be like anime character. It looks like a painting of something. Maybe we say painting of a monkey, anthropomorphic character, alien, looking at camera, jumping at the apocalyptic streamable, daytime, best quality. I can say nighttime, maybe it's different. Oh, by the way, because our render is actually PNG, it doesn't have any background. If you have background, you will actually get a different result completely. And in the next video, maybe I can try a different background. For now, we are using this Nelb character, and this is the result that we get. So I like the ZUKKI version for now, actually. In fact, we actually have a bit more control over here. Denoising strings. Maybe for now we just come back to ZUKKI. I can use anime character, but sometimes with the depth, because this character only have like 4 fingers and then the head is actually really simple, we won't get something that's looking like anime character, but you can use different rig. Maybe you'll get a different result that's a little bit better. Okay, painting of monkey, boy puppet. Boy ZUKKI looking at camera, jumping, daytime. You can actually say like ZUKKI zombie as a zombie and generate. Okay, let's get back to Blender and just I'm gonna explain the script a little bit. So this one will send the commands into the WebUI Stable Diffusion 1111, image size 512 by 512, and it's gonna be using this sampler. It's gonna be using ControlNet dev and this model over here with the hash, which is actually okay. We already get a result again. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. The setting, if you actually setting this up manually instead of using Blender, you go to text to image. We already have ControlNet turned on. Preprocessor dev. This is the model. I showed you this before. So this is what we set up using Blender BPY script over here. And ControlNet guidance enable the denoising strength. If we use this 0.7, for example, we're gonna get a different result. Let's try. Okay, this character. Let's see if I can change the pose. Okay. Ah, okay. So it's not the best pose out there, but we can perhaps tweak this a little bit more. Okay. So depending on the rig, I quite like Nelb for simple character rig. It's probably too simple, but it's like stop motion puppet. The legs looking really weird. It's IK. It's currently set up for IK. Yeah, you choose. Anyway, choose the nice pose. Select all. If you go to, this is under asset browser, but you want to be under graph editor, is it? Not graph editor. Dope sheet. Yeah, create pose assets. So now it's creating a pose for us. Anyway, F12. It's gonna do a render, and we can see on the terminal it's doing something. So yeah, in order to do this, you need to have the WebUI 1111, WebUI Automatic 1111 Stable Diffusions already installed. That's like a requirement for this. And you need a machine that's powerful enough to do this sort of stuff. We actually have ZUKKI in this case with the background. Yeah. So the result is pretty good. We can say, if we say like character girl, looking at camera, jumping as a zombie, jumping at the beach. Just an example. So there's a negative prompt as well, worst quality, low quality, low res. This is like normal. You can add more negative. Let's try F12. Gonna wait a few seconds. In the meantime, the rest of the setting is pretty much as it is. Okay, the diffuse, this model, okay, you need this model. It's part of the ControlNet UI as well. Okay, this is ZUKKI, Mafi de courgette. It's an, I think, French animation or something. This is the model. This is where we get Blender ControlNet. This is another different one. Anyhow, you need to get the model that's correct in order for this to work. The rest of the setup, I didn't change anything, I don't think. It's just simply gonna work. So we have new result, which is pretty good as well. Sometimes actually I like to use image to image and batch, but if you can run it from Blender, why not? Okay, this is let's get that image. Okay, drag and drop here. Okay, this just generate. So every time we generate, it's gonna take around 20 seconds to create something. It's gonna try to look at the original render and then do the depth and then create a new picture for us. And the output from here, it's gonna get that one. Okay, this one is inside Blender. This one is using the automatic 11. Now this guy is actually looking more like a zombie. This one more like a ZUKKI. You can change different claws, etc. But yeah, that's another example of usage of ControlNet. But there's a lot to talk about. Like if you use this image to image, where's the other one? Oh. If you use image to image instead of using depth, let's say if you are using HED or Scribble, you can actually change the look totally. Let's try HED. It's different model. You can completely change this guy into maybe like a monkey or something. Maybe dreamlike. I'll use different model. Dreamlike photoreal. Okay, I will say photograph of gorilla or monkey. I'm just gonna try this. If we get a weird result, I hope not, but I'll try this anyway. Just want to show you. Preprocessor HED, and this one is gonna do different things. Yeah, let's create this outline, and we get this gorilla, which is like more like an anime looking gorilla. And we can actually go with the denoising strength. If I increase this 100%, generate once again, I think it's gonna try to travel away from this silhouette, making it more like gorilla. Probably should be more blurry. Okay. It's actually becoming more like black and white. Maybe maybe we should use a different one, like Scribble or Kenny. Let's try Kenny. So the AI should knows that this is the eyes, this is the head, this is the arms, and the character is, we actually specify a character that's jumping. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not perfect, but still masterpiece photograph. Let's say cartoon. We can increase the scale. Let's just try guess mode and try let it does its thing. I don't know. I'm hoping to get like a gorilla, but anyhow, you understand the process basically. So we use a certain rig in Blender, and then we send it into Stable Diffusion, ControlNet, and yeah, we get something that looks a little bit random. Gorilla zombie. Maybe say fat, plump gorilla looking at camera, photograph, masterpiece. Try again. We get another green looking gorilla. Yeah, I don't know. It's not perfect, but we can actually blur this a little bit more. I have to play around with the setup here. But yeah, so the process, you get a character rig in whatever pose you like. I just reset the pose, Option G, Option R. If I do a render from this angle, oh okay, it's actually go back to this position because I didn't turn off this keyframe. Delete the keyframe. We get ZUKKI in a bit. Yeah, because we changed the model. It's no longer a ZUKKI model. So this one, so the model need to be specified inside the WebUI 11.11. And after we do that, okay, ZUKKI in this T pose. Let's say we have it like this, and then we just F12, do another render. This one is doing its job again. And then we're gonna have the ZUKKI puppet in a pose that looks like a Nelb. I'll try to use different model, and also the hands and fingers. I don't pay attention too much with the hands and fingers at the moment, but there's a trick to have it so the character is looking more like this. Actually, it's not bad. Yeah, we have ZUKKI and we have Nelb in the same pose. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, hopefully you find this useful. Again, I'm just testing this out. Blender ControlNet. It's still work in progress to be an add-on. It's currently just running this demo with some assets. Yeah, okay, that's nothing, but you just need to set it up. So you basically have give Blender ability to talk to WebUI 11.11, which is using this Stable Diffusion's AI model, and you can basically generate anything. And if your rig is more like a humanoid, you can pose your humanoid characters and then have the AI to reinterpret and just synth different things based on your prompt and whatever render you have. Okay, so hopefully you understand that, and hopefully this is useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.